A five-star hotel prides itself on luxury, reputation, and class. But one unforgettable night proved that all the chandeliers and marble floors in the world mean nothing if respect is missing. When a mother and son were humiliated for simply walking inside, no one expected the twist that revealed who truly owned the hotel. The golden lights of the Grand Lux Hotel sparkled across the city skyline like a crown. Inside, polished marble floors reflected every chandelier, and the scent of imported flowers filled the air. Guests in tailored suits and flowing gowns moved gracefully through the lobby. It was the kind of place that carried an unspoken message. Only the privileged belong here. And then the doors opened. A middle-aged woman with dark skin, dressed in a simple sari, walked in with her teenage son. Her steps were careful, almost hesitant, as if she already knew this place wasn't built for people like her. Her son's eyes, however, lit up with excitement. It was his birthday, and his mother had promised him a memory he would never forget. He clutched her hand tightly, whispering, "Mom, this place is amazing. Are we really going to eat here?" She smiled softly, nodding. "Yes, son. Tonight is special. It's your day." But before they could move further into the lobby, a sharp, mocking voice cut through the air. "Hey, old woman, who let you inside?" The hotel's manager, a tall woman in a fitted blazer, stood with her arms crossed, glaring at the pair as if they had tracked mud into her palace. She took a deliberate step closer, her nose wrinkling dramatically. "Ugh, what is that smell?" "Turn your face away when you speak. This is a five-star hotel. People come here for luxury, not this." The mother froze, her cheeks burning. She wasn't used to this kind of cruelty, especially in front of her son. But she gathered herself, speaking in a gentle tone. "I'm sorry if I disturbed you. Today is my son's birthday. We came here to celebrate. Could you please take our order?" The manager let out a mocking laugh, glancing around as if seeking approval from bystanders. "Order you? This isn't some cheap diner. This is Grand Lux. We don't serve beggars who smell like garbage." Her words struck the boy like a slap. He lowered his eyes, embarrassed, while his mother squeezed his hand tighter. Still, she didn't raise her voice. She simply whispered again, "Please, it's just his birthday. We saved for this. Let us stay." But the manager wasn't listening. She raised her hand to signal security. "Guards, how many times have I told you? Don't let people like this inside. This hotel is not a zoo for black monkeys or beggars. Throw them out now!" The grand lobby, once filled with elegance, suddenly felt suffocating. Guests turned their heads. Some whispered, some laughed. And the boy's birthday dream started collapsing before it had even begun. Two uniformed guards stepped forward, uncertainty in their eyes. They had been trained to follow orders, but this didn't feel right. One of them hesitated, lowering his voice. "Ma'am," he said cautiously to the manager, "they are here for a celebration. They said they will pay. Why are you asking us to throw them out? It's not fair." The manager whipped her head toward him, her eyes blazing with anger. "Not fair? Did I hire you to question me? Do your job, or you'll be standing outside the hotel looking for work. This place is for dignified guests, not trash that lowers our standards." The mother bowed her head, her voice trembling. "Please don't say this in front of my son. He's just a child." All he wanted was to celebrate here, just tonight. Her son tugged her arm, whispering, "Mom, maybe we should leave." "It's okay." But his eyes shimmered with disappointment. The manager leaned in closer, her tone dripping with venom. "Listen, old woman. You're ruining the atmosphere. Look at the people staring. Do you think they want to eat while smelling you? Do me a favor. Take your kid and leave before I lose my patience." The guard who had spoken earlier clenched his fists. "With all due respect, ma'am, the boy doesn't deserve this. It's his birthday. They'll pay. Why treat them like criminals?" But the manager waved him off dismissively. "I don't need your moral lectures. I said throw them out, now, or I'll find someone who will." The second guard, unsure of what to do, looked at the mother apologetically. The boy's eyes filled with tears, but he bit his lip, refusing to cry in front of strangers. His mother wrapped her arm around him protectively. "You don't need to protect me, son," she whispered. "Sometimes people forget what humanity means." The manager snapped her fingers again, her voice echoing across the lobby. "Enough wasting time! If they don't walk out on their own, drag them out. I won't have this hotel's reputation ruined by two nobodies." For the mother, humiliation was nothing new. But seeing her son's special day, crushed under the weight of cruelty, cut deeper than anything she had ever felt. And as the guards stepped closer, ready to follow orders they didn't believe in, something unexpected happened. Something that would change everything. Just as the guards inched forward, a deep, authoritative voice echoed through the lobby. "What is happening here?" Every head turned. The sound of polished shoes striking the marble floor filled the silence as a tall, well-dressed man descended the grand staircase. His presence alone carried weight. The CEO of Grand Lux Hotel, a man who almost never appeared in public. Employees stiffened, guests whispered, and the manager quickly straightened her blazer, her smugness vanishing in an instant. "Sir," the manager rushed forward, putting on her sweetest smile. "There was a situation, but I was handling it. Just a small disturbance." But the CEO's sharp eyes weren't on her. They were locked on the woman standing near the lobby entrance, the one clutching her son's hand. Her face flushed from humiliation. His steps slowed. His expression shifted from confusion to disbelief, then to shock. For a moment, he stood frozen. Then, almost in a whisper, "My wife?" The entire room went silent. The mother looked up, her eyes widening when she saw him. The boy blinked, stunned, whispering to himself, "Dad?" Gasps spread through the lobby like wildfire. The woman everyone assumed to be poor and unworthy was, in fact, the wife of the hotel's CEO, the very man who owned every chandelier, every marble tile, every inch of the building. The CEO strode across the floor, his face hardening as he pieced together what had happened. "Did I just hear correctly? Did my employees insult my wife, my son?" His voice thundered, each word cutting through the air like a blade. The manager's skin turned pale. She stuttered, desperately searching for words. "Sir, I didn't know." She came in looking so ordinary. "I thought she was..." The CEO raised his hand, silencing her. "Ordinary? And that gives you the right to humiliate her? To call my wife names in front of my son? To drag her out of a place that belongs to her as much as it belongs to me?" His voice grew sharper. "This hotel was supposed to be a monument of dignity, of respect. And yet tonight you turned it into a stage for cruelty." The boy, still holding his mother's hand, looked at his father with wide eyes. "Dad, she just wanted to celebrate my birthday." Those words pierced the CEO deeper than any insult could. He turned slowly toward the staff, the guests, and finally back to the trembling manager. And in that moment, the fate of the manager and the reputation of the hotel shifted forever. The manager's confident mask had completely crumbled. Her voice shook as she tried to justify herself. "Sir, please, it was a misunderstanding. I wasn't trying to be cruel. I was protecting the hotel's reputation. People like her." "People like her?" The CEO snapped, stepping closer, his fury unmistakable. "You mean my wife? The woman who has stood by me through everything? The mother of my son? She is the reason I even built this hotel. And you dare call her unworthy?" The lobby was silent. Even the chandeliers seemed to stop shimmering. Guests who had laughed earlier now looked ashamed, realizing they had witnessed something unforgivable. The mother finally raised her voice, calm but firm. "Reputation doesn't come from chandeliers, expensive food, or the clothes people wear. It comes from how you treat others. Tonight, this place showed its true colors." The CEO nodded slowly, then turned to the guards. His eyes softened when they landed on the one who had spoken up earlier. "You had the courage to stand against cruelty, even when your job was on the line. That is what true leadership looks like." He pointed directly at him. "From today, you are the new manager of this hotel." The guard's eyes widened. He almost couldn't believe it. "Sir, are you serious?" "Yes," the CEO replied firmly. "You defended respect when others forgot its meaning. That's the kind of person I want leading this place." The former manager's face turned pale as security was called not to escort the mother and son, but to remove her. She begged, she pleaded, but her words carried no weight anymore. Her reign of arrogance had ended. The CEO then turned to his wife and son, his voice softer now. "I am so sorry. I should have told you sooner that this hotel was ours. I thought it wouldn't matter. But tonight, I see that it does." The boy smiled for the first time that night as a massive birthday cake was rolled out, decorated with candles that sparkled like the lights above. Guests clapped, some out of guilt, some out of admiration. The mother placed her hand on her son's shoulder, her dignity restored, her pain transformed into pride. That night, the lobby wasn't filled with arrogance or cruelty. It was filled with the laughter of a boy celebrating his birthday, with the respect his mother deserved, and with a powerful reminder that echoed through every corner. Never judge someone by their appearance. The person you insult may own the very ground you stand on. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to show your support for stories that remind us about respect and humanity. Subscribe, follow. Be the first to read, watch more powerful stories with unexpected twists. Comment below. What would you have done if you were in that mother's place? Or if you were the guard who stood up against injustice?